Step back chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands, step the left foot between the hands and turn to the right of your mat. Turn both toes in, heels slightly moving out. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, lift and open the heart center. Exhale, hinging from the hips, fold all the way forwards. Place the hands between the feet. As you exhale, lower the crown of the head towards the floor. Walk your hands back a bit. Keep your elbows over your wrists. Move your hands back. So if you have the crown of your head on the floor, you may like to try coming up into tripod straddle. Keep the elbows over the wrists. Keep the legs straddled. As you exhale, lower down slowly. And you can move into sideways split Samakhanasana by sliding the feet apart, keeping the weight in your hands. Or if that's too much, bend the knees and just come into frog squat on the mat. So you can come down to the forearms, sliding the knees apart. If you're doing Samakhanasana, keep your feet flat on the floor. Be very careful not to go beyond your edge here. Breathing into the muscles you're stretching. Keeping the weight in the hands, turn to the front of the mat, lowering the right knee to the mat. So you have an option here. You can either do Ardha Hanumanasana by sitting back and just folding over the front leg. Those of you who have more flexibility in this pose, you can take Hanumanasana. Also place a block or a blanket underneath you to support you if you would like, and that can help to have something to rest on. If you're in the full pose, you can begin to roll the right hip down and inhale, extend arms up. Exhale, empty the belly to fold forwards. Inhale to slowly rise up and bring the hands to your side and slowly turn to the back of your mat. So keeping the weight on the hands, turn to the back of the mat, lower left knee to the mat, and your option is to take Ardha Hanumanasana or to move into the full pose. Roll the left hip down towards the mat, lengthen through the spine. If you're in pose, you can extend the arms overhead. Exhale to fold over the right leg. Inhale, slowly rise up, turn to the center and toe heel in a few times. Bend the knees, jump the feet together, low squat to the mat. Inhale, lift the sit bones, straightening the legs, Uttanasana, and sweep the arms up on the next inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, and turn to the top of your mat. Take your right leg and hold the leg from underneath. Standing pigeon. Lock your gaze on a still point in front of you to help balance. Move your right knee down and lift the leg a little higher and rotate the lower leg externally, so outwards, so that you make more space in the knee joint. Place the right ankle right above the left knee. And then inhale, sweep the arms up to tree variation. Lengthening through the fingertips. On the next exhale, bend the left knee, bring the hands to the floor in front of you. We're playing with an arm bounce, so stay with this. You can just do the initial stages. You don't need to come up, but just try to do the initial stages. If you're going to try coming up, place a pillow in front of you if you're not sure about the pose. Palms are flat. Ekapada Galavasana. So right knee to back of right arm, left toes hook around left upper arm. This is stage 1. Stage 2, try hopping the foot a little bit on the mat, just tapping the floor. Stage 3, see if you can lift the left leg high. Exhale, as you release, move into a forward bend, folding over the left leg. Inhale, bend the knee a little bit as you rise up, reaching high, tree variation. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side. So start bouncing on the right foot, lift the left leg. Hold the ankle and calf and roll the lower leg outwards. Lock your gaze on a still point to help balance. Release the leg, placing the ankle above the right knee, and inhale, extend through the fingertips, reaching high. Exhale, bend right knee, hands to the mat, and just play with this pose. Flatten the palms. Left knee on back of left arm, right toes hook. You can just experiment with tapping the right foot on the floor, or you can move into lifting the leg. Flying pigeon. Exhale, release. Fold over right leg. Inhale, bend the standing leg, sweep arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release. Coming back to the top of the mat. Inhale, circle arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to plank or float to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, look between the hands and step, walk or jump through to seated. Take the right leg in your arms. Rock it gently. Those of you with more flexibility, lift the leg a little higher. Draw it a little closer. Try introducing your big toe to your third eye. It's good to introduce body parts that haven't met yet. And then to the heart center. Again, we're going to move into half lotus, so take a hold of the lower leg and rotate it outwards. And then place the foot in the crease between the thigh and the torso. So if this is challenging for you, instead of doing half lotus, you can try stacking the knees instead. Moving into Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana, you can take a bind by bringing the right hand behind you and binding with the big toe. Inhale to extend the left arm up. Or if you're not binding, extend both arms up here. Exhale, folding forward. Work towards squaring your torso over your leg, lowering the right shoulder. Inhale, slowly come up and moving into either full lotus, or if you're not doing full lotus, just place the left ankle under the right knee. So if you're moving into full lotus, do it the same way that we did half lotus. Parivrtta Padmasana. So you're going to take a bind with the top leg. So some of you are doing just one leg, so you're going to be twisting the other way. You can also place your hand on the floor behind you and bring your hand to the opposite knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Revolve lotus pose. Gaze back over the left shoulder. Just believe in me like I believe. Hear what you say. Inhale to gaze forward. And now you get a chance to let out all your frustration about your tight hips. Lotus lion. Roll forward and roar. Stick out your tongue. Look at your third eye. Roll back 3 times. Scare the person opposite you. One more time. Roll all the way back onto your back and extend the arms over the head, moving your knees closer to the earth. Make your way back up to seated and lift your sit bones off the floor for 1 breath. Releasing down. You can unravel your legs and just move to the other side. Take the left leg in the arm, rock the leg, perhaps lift it a little higher. Touching big toe to third eye and then to heart center. Then taking a hold of the lower leg and rotating it outwards, creating more space in the knee for your lotus. And placing the ankle in the crease between the thigh and the torso. So your option is to stack your knees instead. Binding if it's available, or inhaling both arms up. Exhale as you fold over the right leg. Release the left shoulder down. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the toes. Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana. Going to move into Parivrtta Padmasana, revolve lotus. So either moving into full lotus or placing your right ankle underneath your left knee. You can even do this cross-legged and binding with the top foot or placing the hand behind you on the floor. Reaching across for the opposite knee. Take a big inhale, create more length through the spine. And exhale, twisting around the axis of the spine, look over your right shoulder. See if you can lift and open the front chest a little bit more. Inhale, look forwards, and now you get another opportunity to be really scary. So roll forwards, Lotus Lion. Ah! Roll back. That was not very scary. Let's try again. Okay. Ah. One more time. Ah. Roll all the way to your back. Extend the arms over the head, palms up. Move the knees towards the floor, opening the hip flexors. Inhale. Make your way back up to seated and pick yourself up for a breath. Unraveling the legs to Paripurna and then crossing the ankles, floating back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, rolling over toes. And inhale, look between the hands, step, float or jump forwards to seated.